When it comes to movie memorabilia, costumes are considered by many fans to be top of the heap. Some movie stars are even collectors. We took a tour of Debbie Reynolds' private collection, one of the largest of its kind.
I think she really started collecting in 1971 at the MGM auction. Much to everybody's horror, MGM goes out of business and they start liquidating the assets, and this includes, of course, the costumes and the props and the cars and all the history that was there. And it shocked my mother, and she thought, there's no way we can allow this history just to disappear. People were telling my mother, you're out of your mind, there's no value to this stuff, it's a bunch of old junk. But when the values started going up, then everybody thought she wasn't crazy anymore. I think there's about 3,000 costumes, of which several hundred are still unidentified. This is really the main room where we do all of the conservation and restoration. The equipment that's in here actually came from the studios, original sewing machines from 20th Century Fox and MGM that made the costumes. So my mother was fortunate she was able to get that stuff. In addition, we have a huge still library collection for research. And Anya's doing a condition report right now on a new costume that we just took in so we can keep track of how we got it. And Kathy is about to repack a costume that has been stored kind of the wrong way for its life. When it was at the studio, of course, it was just hung on these giant racks in warehouses, and all they did is just throw it up there with a bunch of other stuff. And this costume is a very delicate piece, so we put them in acid-free boxes, acid-free tissue. This is from 1939, Private Lives of Elizabeth and Essex. After the costume is properly packed, the next thing to do is we give it a tag, and we put the title of the movie, the star, the studio, the date, and it gets an inventory number.
How do you keep track of all the rest of this?
Well, that inventory number is put into the computer system, and we have a great database that keeps track of all of the films. If you could tell me a film title.
How about Marie Antoinette?
So we hit the find button, and we'll do Marie A, and up comes the inventory of every category and what we have from that film.
The stars were Norma Shearer and John Barrymore. Let's take a look at a John Barrymore.
All right, John Barrymore. We have two pieces of John Barrymore, and from here, you and I can just take a walk out to the storage area, 43B. And here is the Marie Antoinette, and here we go. Yeah, please. Glad you got your gloves ready there.
This looks like a costume John Barrymore would have worn in a court scene.
Oh, yeah. They're always doing that. Yes. This movie, everything's a court scene.
My dear, you look charming.
Well, you would definitely look good in this. Take a look at these materials. You've got gray flail, antique buttons, antique lace, and then you have this extravagant usage of silver embroidery. It's just an exquisite piece.
You won't see this done again.
You'll never see it again. This silk, material and yards of this kind of braiding. Do you remember how much your mom paid for this?
It came as part of a lot of other costumes from Marie Antoinette, and I suspect this was a $200 or $300 item.
Well, this is extraordinary. If we had to put a price on this today, it would easily be in the range of about $25,000 to $30,000.
Well, let's look at some other stuff. This impressive costume is Rudolph Valentino's costume from Blood and Sand, 1922.
Do you remember the scene?
Oh, really well, because he's having his triumphal return back to after winning the bullfight, and he comes and he sees all of the girls crooning over him, and then he comes and sees his mother, and she welcomes him. I mean, it's a classic.
This, as they call it, I think, the Suit of Lights is the nickname for this particular costume. It's well named because when you look at this, lights just dance off of it. You've got this just heavy copper braiding plus the bullion that's used. It's all hand sewn, and you have it on a lavender background, which is velvet and silk, and every detail is absolutely done to perfection. Where did you get this piece?
Now, this came from a fairly recent auction, and this was a gotta-have-it piece. My mother was really instrumental in forcing this through because she had to come up with it. We paid $32,000 plus.
For an 83-year-old piece, because it's in such extraordinary condition, there are a few condition problems on the back that I noticed, but all in all, you'd have to insure this for $75,000, not a penny less.
All right, I'll have to keep that in mind. We've been looking at a lot of costumes, and I've got a pair of shoes I want to show you, all right?
Really? Okay.
All right, let's go. In this vault, we keep some of the more valuable pieces of the collection. And inside are the shoes that I wanted to show you. Of course,
oh my gosh.
those are the ruby slippers from Wizard of Oz.
Yellow Brick Road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
All through the movie, since the dream begins, these are used. But these particular shoes were used as the close-up pair, where she clicks her heels together, things like that. And so they're used through the whole movie. But that's why there's so many pairs.
Well, then how many others are there?
The last count, we think there's a 4 or 5 pair that we're aware of.
Okay.
Smithsonian has them, people like that. But I think these are probably in the best condition.
Almost pristine, but I've never seen those. What are those?
Well, those are what we call the Arabian slippers, and they were actually also made for the Wizard of Oz, but they were never used in the film. They were used in the test for the movie. And here's a photograph of Judy Garland during the test sequence of the movie, and they are giving her different hair and different dresses and trying different things. If you notice on her left foot, there is the Arabian slipper, and here is the regular slippers. Since they were only used in the test, they couldn't have got that beat up. So we think that these were used in another film, and we have no idea what film. And I'm trying to figure out what it was used in.
You know, I'm looking at these and I'm clicking numbers in my head. Some have come up at auction in the range of about $100,000 to $500,000.
Yeah, I've seen them in those price ranges.
How did she get them, Todd?
My mom knew somebody at the studio. They knew what she was doing. It was what I call a backdoor purchase. The studio heads wanted to make sure that things that are this iconic
That they were in good hands.
were saved. She did buy this pair at the auction, and I think she probably paid about $5,000 for those.
How long ago was that?
That was 35 years ago. So.
Had to be.
But considering what they mean to the film history, I think that it's well worth it.
This is the quintessential costume icon of the 20th century. And this is the dress that Marilyn Monroe wore in the 7-Year Itch in 1955.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
The moment her wearing this dress, standing over the subway grate with the wind blowing up, then the rest is history.
It's a beautiful dress, but it's not made by a super famous designer. In fact, some people think it was an off-the-rack dress.
I'm not totally sure about that because the designer, Trevia, he has a costume sketch of this piece in great detail. And it recently sold for $50,000. So if
Which
that's,
gives it provenance.
it sure does. And I'm wondering, you know, maybe he designed it.
But you know, it's not about who designed the dress. It's not about the dress. It's about who was in the dress. If I had to estimate this for insurance purposes, I would have to say that it's at least worth $2 million, if not more. Thank goodness your mom had the foresight that she did, that she acquired these things and can preserve them, you know, not only for today, but for future generations to come.
Absolutely.
Thank you for sharing this collection with us.
You're welcome.
That was really fun. I actually had never seen that. And I mean, I'd seen a lot of them, but so that was after the hotel days, the Debbie Reynolds hotel days. And
this is right after the hotel, and we had become pretty good at understanding how to pack and repack. That's been going on for a long time, but the collection was spread out between Vegas and the ranch, and we had just finished building that storage building to store the museum part of the collection.
I remember because that building was always quite cold because you had to keep it a certain temperature for all the costumes.
Well, it was significant temperature control, but I think what was important is that when my mother first bought all this stuff, there was big storage.
Are you on?
Sometimes this little connector comes loose back here. Anything there?
Do we have liftoff?
1, 2. You got me, don't you? 1, 2.
I'm getting levels, but it's intermittent.
1, 2. No, I think it's.
Better now.
Yeah, I think sometimes I sit on the cord, and that's never good. Anyway, what I was saying was when my mother first bought the collection, it's at the Greenway House, basically in a rehearsal room underneath the master bedroom area.
But how many costumes did she have then?
Still a couple of thousand costumes. I mean, there was, you know, maybe it was 1,500 or so from MGM, then later another 500 from 20th Century Fox. Pretty soon it started on this journey where it needed a place to be. And it was moved around in those days, but mainly stored at the Debbie Reynolds Dance Studio eventually. In fact, that's why we bought DR Studios, was not to be a dance studio.
Which it turned out to be. What an incredible dance studio, and who danced there was unbelievable.
But originally that studio was purchased for storage for the museum, and we realized pretty quickly that we had more than enough room, even for as much as she was buying. We still could store things. We didn't know anything about storing stuff. We stored stuff just like the studio, just double racks. We didn't pay much attention, just, wooden coat hangers, and, everything was just in a dark room. I mean, it was temperature controlled, but nothing special. And then we realized we had some room at DR Studios. So we decided to take the dance studio. My mother said, hey, I'll build a rehearsal room here. And she had salvaged Eleanor Powell's floor from MGM, the dance floor that she used to rehearse on. And we had some other flooring as well. And so we made a dance studio, and she started doing her Vegas act rehearsing and stuff there. And pretty soon that starts to become a thing where people say, I'd like to rehearse there. So then we need another room and another room. Eventually we end up with 7 or 8 studios, including the largest rehearsal studio floor in Los Angeles, 5,000 square feet of dance floor. And this is not just some crappy dance floor. In fact, here's a piece of it we'd happen to have sitting here, but this was 3/4 inch cross sawn oak, and it was already, maybe 50 years old at that point. And so it's floating on machine rubber, and it's a very specialized floor. She was very concerned about that. Anyway, the collection then eventually, it sat there for a long time. My mother at one point became concerned about the stuff that was at the studio, and she stored some stuff in Vegas. And then when the hotel came around, we moved almost everything to Las Vegas, and we built a new storage room there.
How many costumes did you have at the Las Vegas hotel?
So we brought probably a couple of thousand costumes there. We actually purchased a dry cleaning rack. The ones, I have this thing still. I don't know what I'm going to ever do with it. But, the carousel thing that takes your clothes around, number 225.
Why does that not surprise me?
It was the best way to get a maximum amount of things. But here's the thing that I also learned. It was not the best way to store it. So when we did that, we were still in the mentality, you're going to hang this stuff up. Right around the time we're doing the museum, I meet somebody from the Victoria and Albert Museum who says to me, I'd love to educate you people on how to store textiles, because in a way, these are your royalty. We have, meaning the British Museum has royalty costumes and coronation robes that are hundreds of years old, and they're in perfect condition. And they said, I want to give you this information so that your royalty, your Hollywood royalty, which is truly our royalty in this country.
Well, in this country, yes.
It is. With our, some politicians have celebrity, but it isn't quite as glamorous as, say, the Marilyn. Let me have Let me have that Marilyn Monroe picture for a second.
Let's see which one.
It's in the stack there.
Oh, this one.
No, I want the one where she's with Billy Wilder.
Oh,
that one right there.
This one right here.
So
there you go.
So a minute ago you were just looking at the subway dress. So here is Monroe. No, that's not it. No, another one. No. Oh.
Hold on.
So by the way, tonight's auction, these are original prints.
We have 2.
There's one with Billy Wilder.
There's the subway dress.
Okay, this is but that's Billy Wilder. Okay, here we go. So there's that's Billy Wilder with Monroe, and this is it's really hard to see. Let me see if I can get the reflection on it just right. It's hard to do. Anyway, right here where my hand is, there it is. You can see it. See the light passing through it. This is stamped by the photographer. Give me one of the certificates over there.
It's right actually here.
Right, so.
Now, did Billy Wilder and Marilyn Monroe get along on that movie?
I don't think so, because she was hard to control and wasn't showing up very. That's always frustrating for a director. So anyway, this Frank Worth was a very famous still photographer for the studios at 20th Century Fox in particular, and this is out of his collection. So tonight we're going to do 2 packages that kind of relate to what you just saw. So here, if you notice when I walked into that storage room, I said, and then we have these still libraries over here, and we used our still libraries primarily for research and verification of costumes, and because the studios sometimes would modify things, and so we wanted to understand what we were looking at. So photography for us was a little different. Now, we didn't ever have a still photography section, so all these pictures we would have were really generally connected to the costumes that we owned. So when I walk into that room, and we're in the restoration sewing room, all of that was built based on this information we got from the Victoria and Albert Museum.
Including the cataloging on a lot of people.
They didn't
were
even,
joking
no, they
about-
didn't have that. That was my doing. They had cataloging, but they were still in those days on like card file
Well,
system.
you were definitely on dial-up.
Oh yeah, no, that's old school, but
because that was at the ranch, and I would say that was about
that's
maybe
1999. It's 99. Yeah.
and so you were really on prehistoric kind of, and out at the ranch where it was so far away from any internet, so that was
well,
a
we
big
didn't
deal
need
to
you
have
didn't
that.
need a lot of speed for what we were doing because everything was being stored internally. The purpose of what we were really doing was really trying to know where everything was because we still had things separated. My mother, when Vegas closed, my mother decided to keep part of the collection in Vegas, and then parts of the collection was sent to California. And in a way, at that moment, we sort of segregated what was hers personally, or mine and Carrie's personally, with what belonged to the museum, because we had a nonprofit. So my mother, over the decades, would donate things to the nonprofit. So at some point, actually, the nonprofit had literally like thousands. It had the bulk of the collection, and in many ways. Not always the most famous stuff that my mom would hold on to certain key items, and then there was our stuff. Anyway, long story short, the still images that we're going to have tonight are let me have some of them and I'll show you.
Okay, so just before we get started
mix
for the
those
rest
up.
of the show, I won't. Here
Okay.
we go.
Well, I'll do both.
So this is the Marilyn Monroe collection. Let people know what it is, though, because you have a COA sitting next to you.
Right, so the
and-
Frank Worth, here, hit that one.
Yep.
COA. Now this is from the estate, once again, and it's stamped. So the photographs that are here from his collection are out of his collection and stamped by the estates. They're a very limited edition. Here, take that one.
And tell us about Frank Worth.
So out of 20th Century Fox, he was one of the top production photographers of all time and photographed everybody, which you're about to see.
Oh, I love
So this is a set of 4 pictures. That's Sammy and her.
Davis Jr.
Yeah, so this was How to Marry a Millionaire. That
Is
was
that the car we had?
No, we had a little different one.
Yeah, it looks
That's
like
Sammy's car. See, that says Singer on it?
Oh,
that was
yes.
Sammy's car.
it. Yes. These are just amazing. They're, as you can see, quite big.
Yeah, so they're oversized prints.
They're beautiful.
So it's a set of how many do we have there?
I
Is
think
that
it's
5?
There's one.
There's 5
two,
Monroes.
5 Monroes, right?
And I would say these are probably 20 by 12-ish, something in that nature. And they have the certificates with it. So that's what we're going to call lot number 1, which is the yes.
Yes. And you want to say Marilyn Monroe
Yeah, the Maryland bundle.
or MM?
Here, there's a good
I
close-up, John.
don't think so. We're just doing 2 auctions tonight.
Okay, so the
Great.
stills.
Not the stills.
Yeah, I want to do
Well,
the other
the
still.
Marilyn Monroe stills.
And the other set. I want to do that because it's really on
Oh,
topic.
you want to do this set?
Yeah.
So we're not doing your mom's.
Could do that too.
Oh my gosh, this is going to get confusing.
Yeah, it's
All right.
What's
This is. Are you really going to let these go?
I told you that I thought it was a good, it's a good night, and
I
I'm
know.
thinking about my ex-mother. so here is the next. So the first one.
That's the set that I would want. The one
So
that's
the
in your
first
hands.
one is going to be the Monroe package, and we happened to be talking about Monroe because we showed that little museum clip, and so you've got 5 really rare Monroe prints from the Frank Worth collection. Now,
Okay, I'm going to take
the next thing that
COA
happens
over
is
here.
you now have.
So this will be
So this
bundle number 2.
This is how my father got in trouble, right here.
Oh, I always, it just escapes my mind all the time that
So-
Elizabeth Taylor was your
This
stepmother.
Is, yeah,
that is
stepmom.
yeah.
So you could see how this could cause trouble, and so there's
What's cool, this is on the set of Giant, by the way. So these are all pictures from the set of Giant. And what's really cool about it is this next little picture right here. James Dean
this is
clowning around with her. So to have a picture of Elizabeth Taylor clowning around with James Dean behind the scenes is pretty cool. And again, they're all Frank Worth. And then, of course, you have the James Dean Giant photos as well. So this is a set. There's two. This is a very famous picture right here.
That is a great shot. That's the collection that I would have kept.
Well, you don't have to fret because I had two.
Oh, good.
What I did is I have
you
split.
don't
No,
really
I
do
have.
this one, do you?
I split this up. I'm sort of sharing half. But these are very fine quality prints. There are 5.
They're also from the same
Frank Worth
and collection.
They come with a certificate from his estate.
It was.
You could see once again.
They were produced from the original negative and published by Capital Art.
Look at the when I get the see when I get the glare on there. See that you can see right there as I.
That is gorgeous.
You see the stamp on the print.
So what do we call this? This collection?
The Liz Taylor collection.
The Liz the
or stepmom. The stepmom
there
collection.
You go. Okay, so the Liz Taylor collection. So should we do a Debbie bundle? Or
well, you already prepped it. You might as well.
Okay. So the third thing we'll do.
So we have
tonight, 'cause
mom
we only do
number
this once
1,
a
mom
week.
number 2, and Monroe, who was never my mother.
So this belonged to Debbie, and it's an overcoat, but it's absolutely beautiful. But you would she would have worn this over a dress because, as you can see, it's in panels. And it's still an incredible. I mean, it could be worn today. I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's delicate.
Shape.
I mean, it's delicate, but not
But I
falling
would guess
apart.
this to be from what decade?
60s, maybe.
I think 60s too. This kind of reminds me of Greenway days. And also, we have a pair of the shoes that she wore with it, and her foot was like a baby doll foot. Carrie's wore too, but
Both.
this is, they're tiny, tiny feet she had. And then also we have the pocket picture signed by Debbie Reynolds.
Yeah, every time we do a high-end Debbie item, we're trying to give an autographed thing away.
Yes.
Now, if somebody who already has that picture gets this, we can trade it in on something else.
Okay.
So we'll make arrangements.
By the way, Dora, absolutely amazing photograph of this. That's beautiful. So that is the Debbie bundle, and that's what you can call it, the Debbie bundle. So if you want to start, of course, you can start it at $5. We always do, and then take it up in $5 increments from there. And there you go. That's our auction items for tonight. So have fun for the next half hour or 35 minutes for the rest of the show with that.
The pictures related to the video that we ran when we first started this thing,
Yes,
and I
7 Year
feel
Itch,
like
Billy Wilder,
they're
Marilyn
kind of related. So the subway dress was really difficult to move around.
Well,
and,
it was so delicate.
Well, and people used to try
I
to
never
get.
saw it out of a box until we took it to the Paley Museum for the first auction. I never ever saw the Monroe dress.
Well, my
out
mother
of a box.
kept it in Vegas for most of its life. It traveled a couple of times. People used to ask me to take it, like to do a TV or show, and we wouldn't do it. When the auction happened, we did take it to do the Oprah Winfrey show.
Didn't you take it to?
I took it
Europe?
to Japan.
Oh, Japan. That's right.
Well, it got stupid. They said we'll give you first class tickets to come and do it. I said, look, I don't know nothing personal. I don't really care, And the numbers just kept going up and up as far as hiring me to bring the dress because there's no other way that's going to get there. I have to hand carry it.
No, you had to take it on the plane with you. Absolutely.
But it was still a risky thing to do. It was fun. But the moral of the story is that dress was handled very carefully.
The dress shoes auction name will be the Debbie bundle, Philip.
So you have the Elizabeth Taylor bundle, you have the Marilyn Monroe bundle, and you have the Debbie Reynolds.
Bundle.
This is sort of a diva night.
That's so true. Anna Papageorgiou was asking.
Say that fast.
Anna Papageorgiou.
There you go.
Hey, I'm
Say
pretty
it
good with
3
names.
times really fast.
Anna Papageorgiou, Anna Papageorgiou, Anna Papageorgiou. I did it.
That's right.
Okay.
I just wanted to check.
She was asking about Streisand costumes, and
People.
we people.
I love Barbara, darling.
We
No,
had
we-
a costume or two.
We had many.
Hello,
so
Dolly?
Yes, what we had was the finale dress, the gold dress from Hello Dolly.
Yep.
We had the purple dress from Hello Dolly. We also had the purple dress from Funny Girl and the roller skating outfit from Funny Girl. So we had several of hers. My mother, interestingly enough, I have never been a big Streisand fan. I mean, I think Gene Kelly.
We're the same
Gene
on that,
Kelly
right.
did fantastic choreography. That
Right.
movie is amazing. But that movie was like. But so she decided that Hello Dolly was important. So she actually collected even the dancers' numbers. Became a choreographer who's in Hello Dolly, and he became huge. Made all the Broadway shows. You just read out some names as they come off, you guys, and we'll
Let's
get
see
it.
here.
Somebody's going to get it. I know what it is now. I'm not going to say it. I have it in my head. I'll tell you this. I'll whisper. No, I can't whisper.
Video down. Picture froze. It appears we're having some technical issues on.
You see a frozen video?
Everything's good. Are
You
we
sure
back?
it's just one person?
Tammy Anastasia wants to know what the Marilyn Monroe bundle is at.
Wait,
we're
wait.
back. Nick, huh?
Forgetting that, I want to know
Marilyn is 130.
what kind of names are you getting on my
Ryan
blanket?
is watching, of course, because Ryan Clements is our
You guys have
producer,
to.
and,
So
and it's Saturday
it's
night.
trivia. Somebody has to guess. It's the dancer.
Well, we are on about a 12-second delay. Oh,
All right, I'm going to start again.
okay.
I'm going to start again. We were talking about Hello Dolly. In Hello Dolly, there's one of the sub characters is a famous singer choreographer who became very famous later. Wrote some of the most amazing Broadway shows ever, and he's in Hello Dolly. First person to name it gets a Debbie giveaway.
Okay, hold on. Getting a little. If anyone wants
Here,
to.
I'll write it down for you.
No,
Give me
it's
a
not
pen.
that. It's just that we're having a Gower champion.
No.
Okay, that was Philip.
Gower did the choreography for the movie, but he was not.
Hey, Teresa.
Give me a pen or something. I'll tell Kat who it is. No, it's not Bob Fosse.
Okay, we haven't had any.
Well, I'll just wait. Somebody's going to get
We
it.
have a lot of feedback, is what we're getting. We're getting a lot of feedback. That is what we're. So have Todd take a look at that. Bob Fosse is a
It's
no.
not correct.
Jerome Robbins.
No.
No, not Jerome. Gower champion.
No, we already said no.
All right. Okay,
One.
so he is working on. He is,
One.
yeah.
there
Todd,
shouldn't
I
be
don't
any
see
feedback.
Todd drinking caffeine, so he's pretty mellow tonight. I'm not sure who it is. We haven't gotten it yet, though. Let's see. Philip, I can't spell today. That's okay. I couldn't think today, and I think that I have you beat. But anyway, he's going to be back to. I just want to what? Okay, but while they're thinking about it, I just want to say this. From Hello Dolly, God willing, that the Magic Castle opens up again in Los Angeles. The whole bar from Hello Dolly.
I want to hear.
Michael who? Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that. Michael. I'm going to have to. Okay. Michael Crawford.
No, Michael.
No, Michael Crawford was in it.
No, it's wait a minute.
Michael Crawford.
Here, I'll do it for you.
Michael Crawford was the actor.
It's not Michael Crawford. I'll do it. Well, you keep going.
Okay, Jerry Herman. Tommy Tune.
No, that's funny.
Well, listen, everybody. Hey, Jay, nice to see you in here.
I'm going to just do the search, but
Okay, he's on it. But the entire bar from Hello Dolly is in the basement area of the Magic Castle. The big white bar with the gold ornate end of it. If you ever, oh God, I hope the Magic Castle will open again someday, because it's one of my favorite places to go in LA. But they have the entire bar down there, so I just wanted to honor Papa Giorgio because it's awesome. It's big. You want to give him a handheld?
no, we'll fix it.
Barbara Hamden missed the question. Who was the?
So there was a dancer
Yeah, there was a dancer.
in Hello Dolly
In Hello Dolly.
who became a famous choreographer, writer. And is it Michael Crawford? Was he?
Michael Crawford, wasn't he the first Phantom of the Opera on Broadway?
Yes. So that's the right answer. So
Michael Crawford?
So she's the winner.
I didn't even know
She's the
that.
wiener. She's the wiener.
So who was the
Michael?
wiener?
Who said Michael Crawford? It was a girl. Yeah, you or whoever said that.
Okay, so it is Michael Crawford.
It is Michael Crawford.
So wait a minute.
And he was the
I'm going back to look.
Phantom of the
That's
Opera.
okay, I got it.
He was the lead
He
forever
was-
here
he
in
was
Vegas.
Well, he was the lead in Phantom on Broadway.
But here also, right?
in,
Something
Los Angeles.
everywhere.
He was amazing. I saw him at the
Where's the
Dorothy
Debbie,
Chandler Pavilion.
What was the Debbie items I gave you earlier?
The Debbie items
Remember it was the program
are
and
here. Right here.
No, okay.
Okay.
Okay, so well, it's okay because we're just doubling. So we're going to do this for a number one item too. So here's for getting Michael Crawford. You get the Debbie CD and the Debbie program. You know, including all the hotel stuff.
Oh, that is so pretty inside there.
And-
There's lots of pages and pictures, and it's wonderful.
So you get the program and the Debbie CD for guessing Michael Crawford. Whoever that was, do you know who it was? Well,
I will go back and see because I have it here.
well, somebody remind us because
and
just let
go
the
back.
person. She can
Okay,
do-
so I will. I do that. Let's move on a little bit.
Well,
because-
that was spawned because somebody asked about Barbara Streisand, what was in the collection. And, you know, what's funny, if you noticed in Bright Lights, too, Carrie is watching the roller skating
Yes.
scene
Yes.
where Streisand's playing Fanny Bryce and singing
There's something about you.
something about
Yeah,
you.
I remember that.
Ouchie, my
so
gouja.
much. Okay, let's see. Michael Crawford, I'm looking. We just, well, Seth Robichaux, I see he said it. Let me see if there was anybody before that because I think that it was Seth.
Whoever said Michael
Seth
Crawford is correct.
Robichaux, which may have the things that are in that bundle. So if it is Seth, just get a hold of me and we will figure that
Well, whoever
out.
it was should just let us know. You can kind
Oh, it
of
was Seth.
self-police.
That's what I see, Seth Robichaux. Okay. All right, so moving on. I had a great interview the other day with, oh girl, I need that book in my hand. I am so sorry, Dora. If you could run into my office and grab it. It's a yellow book. Do you remember? Yeah, she knows which one. I interviewed, I've been interviewing authors and
This guy here?
yes, and this is Rex Sykes, and I've known so far all the authors I've interviewed, and I like knowing the authors I interview because it's more like a conversation than just an interview. And Rex Sykes is he's been an actor forever. We all started out together at the same time in the late 70s.
You look prettier than he does.
Oh,
I mean, he's got a certain look, but
sorry, Rex, but he's my husband and he has to say that. So the Rex Sykes, we all started acting at the same time. So it was in the late 70s when we all went to Los Angeles to begin our careers. And Rex went through a really horrendous time, in his life where he just fell down a terrible rabbit hole. And in doing so, I love this story because we talk about this all the time on my solo show. About what things that happen to us actually happen for us. And so he ended up becoming, he got straightened out, and then he ended up becoming a fantastic mentalist, a fantastic hypnotist. He's a master hypnotist. So we have that in common.
has he been here?
He has not been here, but I was going to bring him in once to do a neuro-linguistic programming seminar because he's excellent at that.
So
He's a great teacher. But
So would that be like these
Well-
aren't the droids you're looking for?
sort of.
That's NLP or
Well, you'll see because we talk about it for a minute in here.
that is my absolute favorite.
Line. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
It's really almost my favorite part of the whole movie. When Obi-Wan pulls up and the guard's like,
Yeah.
these aren't the droids you're looking for, and the guy goes, these aren't the droids we're looking. And he goes, move along, move along.
Well, that does fall under hypnosis and NLP, but both together. But the thing about
I
it,
love that scene. No, that is truly the magic of the Force. Use the Force, Luke.
yes.
Use the Force.
So I absolutely love Rex because not only did he become really, really a great hypnotist, it's so weird. I think we're the only actors actually, no, I think there might be one more, but that later in life became mentalist, became hypnotist. He's a great hypnotist, and he doesn't, what he uses his hypnotism for today is really his teaching.
Does the
This is really
interview
great. But he
explain
wrote
any
a
of
great
this?
book.
Does the interview explain any of this?
Oh yeah. So the book
So
he
on
wrote.
with the show?
On with the show. The book he wrote. There you
There
go.
you are.
Life on Your Own Terms. It's fantastic because it really talks about quantum thinking, but in a very simple way. It's a dense subject, but not a densely written book, which I love because when I'm trying to learn something new, I get overwhelmed if I have to sit there and pick a chapter apart, and it takes me forever. I want to understand what I'm reading, and this is the first book I've seen of its kind where it's a create the life that you want book that you can actually understand. Develop a champion mindset, activate a winner's attitude, live victoriously, free yourself of limited beliefs, stop procrastinating, which is a huge problem for many people, conquer doubt, fear, and insecurity, become powerfully confident, generate vibrant energy, thrive, feel happy, be stress-free, skyrocket love, money, and success, create your best life ever, and much more. So Rex Sykes, I love this book so much, and it was a great fun and wonderful thing to interview you. And so let's play that, and we'll be back right after the interview. I hope you enjoy it.
So I want to introduce our guest because, I love to talk to people that have a lot to say and that help us to understand our minds. Rex Sykes is a friend, and he does the same thing I do. He's a hypnotist. He's a mentalist. He also has spent a great deal of the last many years, as I have, devoting people to train their brain and a new way of thinking, to have a life that works. And I love that about him because we all kind of find each other, that's the thing. But this is for you because I thought that this interview was going to be something really that you will enjoy. He has a new book out right now. It's called Life on Your Own Terms. It is fantastic. And it's the kind of book that you can just read a little chunk of, at a time. You don't have to it's not dense, and we'll talk about that, meaning it's not dense that when things are dense, we tend to go in a trance because your mind goes on overload, and then you don't learn the point of things. So that's what I loved about this book. So let's welcome actor, yes, you may have seen him in many things, and author Rex Sykes. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for asking. And it's such a thrill to be here and to be on your show. You've done so many incredible things in your life and with your career and your life and your dedication to helping people. So I am honored, I'm privileged, and delighted.
Well, thank you. It is so wonderful to talk to somebody that has also spent their entire life in an acting career. You're going to hear our animals, by the way, everybody, because this is real life stuff. And my rooster's right outside the door, and Rex has a dog right next to him. So there it is. Good morning, everyone. I love that you have not given up your acting career, but in fact, you have a movie coming out in October, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that you have also learned the art of hypnosis. You're a master hypnotist and you're a mentalist. And I am the same. So I really relate to you. And also I love using the arts to further and excite people's imaginations about just how much in control they actually are of that beautiful God-given gift we have called a mind. So your new book, Life on Your Own Terms. Mm-hmm. What is it that we'll talk about that, but you've written other books. You're also a NLP trainer. And for those of you who don't know what NLP is, it's neuro-linguistic programming. And I'm going to let Rex talk about that for a minute, because he's actually an NLP expert, and it's a fascinating subject. Tell us what neuro-linguistic programming is, because I don't think anybody out there really knows what that is.
Well, it's got a horrible name, frankly. I mean, nobody can figure out what neuro-linguistic programming is, but as it is sometimes described, neuro meaning brain, linguistic meaning language, and programming meaning you can change your behaviors using your brain and using your language. And you can also affect other people as well and be influential. It's about learning and about extracting skill and strategies and learning how to replicate the excellence that other people may be known for.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if I understand how Michael Jordan can jump high and shoot baskets, I can learn to shoot my personal best. Physically, I'm never going to jump as high as Michael Jordan. I don't have the equipment to do that. I'm not his height. I don't have his musculature, but I can learn the process that he did to maximize my own ability to jump. And that's true whether it's math, science, hypnosis, being able to influence other people, sell more, live a happy life, get over fears and phobias, and make all manner of changes by tuning into how you're using your brain and how you're using your language, which is an indication of how you're using your brain. In other words, we speak how we think.
Yes, so our audience is really used to me talking about brain training and about how we not only speak what we think, but when you speak, you're giving your mind direction, therefore you're giving your body a physical direction, and your neuroses and your pain, body pain, are manifested through your very thoughts. And I love the thought of you being a winner. I being a winner. Rex is a winner. You are a winner. And if you don't know that yet, you will know that by reading this book. You're already one. It's just, that's the first thought, and then the learning of it is because being that is a goal. And what does a winner mean to you, Rex, exactly?
Someone who knows how to get what they want in life without harming other people or preventing other people from getting what they want is a winner in my mind. They're able to go after their goals and dreams and make things happen and attract the right people and the right circumstances and the right events to them, but not by preventing anyone else from doing the same. And they are the kind of person who is happy when other people get ahead and succeed. Being actors back in the old Hollywood days, a lot of times you'd go on an interview and you'd see 20, 30, 40 other people who look exactly like you, and they all have the same kind of, and as a young actor, what I would do is I would go see a movie, that I had auditioned for, and somebody else got the part, and I would be so mad. I go, I could have done better. I should have had that part. That's not a winner. That's resentful. That's envious. That's all sorts of other things.
It's ego.
It's ego, and the true winner can say. And where I learned the most was I was cast as Mr. Roberts in the play, and we did the run of the play, and they had another play coming up, and they wanted to do arsenic and old lace, and I was like, yeah, I want to do the lead part, and they went, no, we actually had you in mind for somebody else because you've done the lead. We'd rather have you do how about the cop, at the end, and I was like, I'm not this person. I can't do it. I don't think so. I don't want to spend 6 weeks, the whole thing. I went and saw the play. The guy that did the part, he owned the part. He was the part. I could not have even come close to the kind of performance he did. And that, to me, opened my eyes. I was so thrilled that he did such a good job that it changed my entire life. It really did. I'd see things that I auditioned for and somebody else got it. I go, oh, my God, how incredible. So it's about waking up to the fact that other people, if you can give them praise, encouragement, recognition, if you can be thrilled about their success, you attract more success to yourself as well, because you're not sending out any negative vibes or any ego or anything like that. So
exactly. And it's all really about someone being in the mindset of competition, which personally I think is very strangulating to you. When you're thinking about competing with another person, then you're not wishing people well, you're wishing yourself well. And instead of competing with other people, I always turned it around. And I don't know if this is right. I'm just telling you how I wired it. But I would compete with myself, meaning all I have to do is show up and do my personal best. That's it. And I don't have to busy my mind with competition, which of course I think is a fear-based thinking. And, judging, you're judging. And, you don't even need to judge yourself. You just need to show up and do your best no matter what we do in life. But as actors, that was really true for me. We see a lot of this on Facebook because everyone's writing every thought they have down. And so even before the politics and everything had started this incredible anger, even before that, I used to look at people's Facebook, the feed that would come up, and I would see people talking about things in their life that was going on. And sometimes, it was really disastrous stuff or just negative feelings. And I thought, isn't that interesting that they feel the need to publicly share this? But I'm okay with that. But there was no, what can I do for myself? Has anyone been through this? Can you give me some advice? And it was just victim, victim, victim. And, listen, I'm not judging that. What I'm saying is we don't have to be victims. And that's why I love this book, because it teaches you how to get off the fear and get on to the progress. Like, I feel terrible. I'm angry. I'm negative. I know it. I want to get rid of that because I need to move on now and go forward.
I always try and tell people, I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what you believe. As long as you believe in yourself and that you can accomplish the things that you want, that's a good belief to have. I don't care if people think they're in control of the world or if that's true or not true. It's what I like to refer to, I'm sure you do. It's a useful premise. It's a useful lie. It's a reframe. It's a way of setting your mind so that regardless of what's going on, you can function. And that's so some people, when they get into the blaming, whether they're blaming the government or they're blaming God or religion or their spouse or their children or their lack of an education or too much education or not enough money or this and the other thing, they forget that all of those reasons may or may not be the case either. It's the one that they're hanging their hat on and or they're banking on. And if you take all those reasons away, they're still left, with not feeling good. So the question is how do you change that regardless of what's happening? How do you make yourself, vibrant, a victor, a champion? So thoughts lead to feelings, the feeling leads to actions, and the actions that you take lead to the results that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So that and another important part about that is what you say. I have a saying, and I put it in the book: speak only to bless, heal, prosper, motivate, inspire, and transform. In other words, if you complain, what you're doing is your mind is focused on the negative, and then you're expressing it. So you're making a declaration or you're making an assertion about how things are whenever you complain or blame or excuse or whine or, or angry. And so I said, I'm not going to talk. It's not about talking in a therapeutic way, but I'm not going to talk about this. I'm going to only talk about the things that I can notice that are good. So it's shifting. I've lived my life ever since this, and this is the way I describe it. There's dog crap and diamonds in each hand. You get dog crap or diamonds, your choice. What do you want? And a lot of people choose dog crap, and they rub it all over themselves. They bask in it. They do the whole, woe is me, woe is me. When there's diamonds. Life on Your Terms.
Life on Your Terms by Rex Sykes. This book is life-changing. I love it, love it, love it, because it's written so beautifully and simply for everyone. And before we go, I just want to mention that you have a movie coming out.
And let me give you a shout out because you mentioned it's called Shooting Star. The director is Michael Pfeiffer. Michael is a very prolific director, both for features and television. And Peter Shireko Peter is a dear friend. I've known him many years, and it's an inspiring story. It's about a little girl whose sister gets injured, and she's This is back in the days of the West, and the Colt pistol is going to have a competition, and she's been brought up to sharpshoot on horseback, and that's what the competition is. So she wants to win the competition to raise money so that her sister can get a needed operation to get some help for her injuries, and a corrupt sheriff and a corrupt mayor, played by corrupt sheriff is Michael Paré, and the corrupt mayor is Peter Shereko, want to take the money for themselves. And I'm the town activist who comes out against them and agitates the people. And I won't tell you more about that, but it was a fun movie, and great people. And I made so many friends, and we're all in touch, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, I'm excited for that movie to come out. We are actually in October, so yeah. It's so hard for me to wrap my mind around the fact that we are 2 weeks away from November.
Really?
But, everyone that's watching this interview, they're loyal to the show. They love anything that we can do to help them during this time, which is a great time to learn about retraining our brain and having the life we want. So thank you so much, Rex, for being a great interview.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. If you don't mind, one of the pointers to my website, which is Idea Seminars, is nlponline.com. nlponline.com. So they can get the book, they can find the book there, or they can go to Amazon. It also has courses and programs and positive tools for transformation if they're so inclined and they're interested. A lot of people doing the programs and in groups, and they're ongoing, they're online. It's wonderful.
So we'll, of course, put this on a Chiron, but say one more time that website for everyone.
nlponline.com. NLP, like now let's party, online.com, all one word.
That's so great. It's actually a lot more fun than trying to memorize neuro-linguistic programming.
It is indeed.
So have a great day. Have a great week, a great month, year, and life, Rex. I look forward to seeing you when all this is over. I look forward to seeing anybody when this is over.
We'll have a big party in your neck of the woods then, and invite all sorts of people to come and transform their lives.
We'll get Ken Schreiner here. We'll get them all here. Have a wonderful, wonderful life, and I'll see you soon. And thank you for caring about everyone enough to share what you so what you went through so much to learn, and you were already on the path, and what happened to you actually, as I said before, happened for you, and you ended up being such an incredible speaker and writer of the nature of this. So thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
I hope to see you soon too, and it was a wonderful sharing time with you here. Thank you for the opportunity, and as I said, if I can do it, anyone can do it, and so do it.
And so do it. It's exactly right. It's an amazing thing to be able to change your life by simply changing your mind. And it is a process of learning how to do that. Easy to say, actually easy to learn. You just need a really good teacher, right?
Indeed.
Thank you.
All right, so that was Rex Sykes from Life on Your Own Terms, and it is such a great book. If you ever really want to learn brain training, he's one of the best, and he's just great, and I am all about it, as you know. So thank you, Rex Sykes, for a great interview. You're welcome here anytime. You're welcome to teach here anytime. What a fun time that would be for us. Before we go on, I just want to say, if people are asking where everything is, Liz Taylor bundle is up to $240.
Well, it's really Liz. So it really is the Liz and
James Dean.
Right. So there's
James
the whole
Dean. There's a picture of it.
all of it.
I don't know if you want to put it up there.
So you really have 3 pictures of her, and then 3 pictures of James Dean, and one with the 2 of them together.
I'm so happy that we have another set of James Dean, because that's just a fantastic thing to have.
It's too cool for school.
And it comes with a COA from the photographer. The Marilyn Monroe. So that was up to 240. Marilyn Monroe photographs are up to 300. And the Debbie bundle is up to 1,100. So that catches you up to speed on where we are. By the way, everybody, happy Saturday.
There's the Monroe stuff.
There's the Monroe bundle. That's right. Happy Saturday. Well, I like that we do shows on Saturday night now. And oh, you know what? One of our
I don't know that you could pull this off if it weren't for the times that we live in, because normally Saturday night would be too competitive. But given the circumstances, I don't have anything better to be doing.
But you know what's funny? A lot of people, some people are really, I think people miss going to the movies. But this time has taught us, sadly, because the movie theaters are suffering.
Are we sort of reprogramming ourselves to, this?
Well, it's not that we're reprogramming ourselves. It's being done for us. But we've actually kind of, I think, learned how to be nesty through these times because we're home so much, and I know that. But
this show, in effect, is it's adapting to the times, and you are doing things that you would not otherwise would have been doing. Like we wouldn't all be sitting here on a Saturday night.
Tell me, honey, where would we be on a Saturday?
I'd still be at the disco because I'm still a very big fan of Saturday Night Fever.
You would be. You would be in bed. I'd be cooking dinner to serve you your dinner in bed.
My dog would be with me. Where's my dog?
So this
Dwight!
Is really nothing.
Come on, Dwight.
Is he there?
Dwight! Wake
deaf.
up.
You have to remember.
Good boy.
Oh, look how pretty he is.
Show everybody your outfit. Come here, buddy.
I love how dogs
look at this new outfit. He's been all cleaned up.
Lisa Eaton says, I miss Broadway. And you know what?
He's all cleaned up.
I miss it too, Lisa. I miss any live performance.
Like the Broadway melody.
There you go. Hey, Bill Descalis. I've enjoyed it greatly. I've loved being home with my family. I miss seeing shows and I miss performing shows.
Look at Dwight. I just really disturbed his slumber.
But I love being home too. Liz is already at, what'd they say? Liz, we're at 250 on Liz. Samantha.
Yeah, these are just to clarify. These are not like something you're buying on eBay. Like you could buy reproduction prints of different things, but these are printed by the photographers and by the estate, and it's a different. And the quality of these prints. This is not a digital print made on a little inkjet printer. These are real prints. These are not bogus.
And they will be absolutely gorgeous framed, but they're so beautiful just to look at. I love them. When you brought these home, I was just thrilled.
Well, we have over about 10,000 stills in the museum collection, and this is part of that collection.
Someone said they could barely hear me, John. I'm not sure if it's my mic.
Let's see here. I can bring up the...
Hi, Helen. How are you? Barb Keverin's here.
Yeah, just turn her up, John.
You can turn me up. Mine's all the way up. Maybe I should turn myself up.
I'll go... Well,
don't worry. Don't get up. Look how comfortable Dwight is. He was so clean from his bath yesterday. When he was on the bed, I couldn't tell which end was the head and which end was the tail.
He looks a little bit like a mop.
Yeah.
I always thought if you put a handle on him.
Notice how she cuts his bangs? It's hilarious.
Look, John, go to Dwighty. Look at that face, everybody.
Oh.
No, go back to two-shot. I love it. It's perfect. Look, he's looking right down the barrel.
Yes.
See, that's what you get.
He's such a good boy.
And he used to love doing this with my mom. This was like his thing.
Listen, here, let me tell you what it was like when he was with your mom. So I would walk into your mom's house always through the kitchen door. When I would go into LA, first thing I'd do is stop by her house, go in the driveway, go through the kitchen door, and I was always dreading walking through the living room into the two doors that enter her bedroom because I knew I was going to get barked at like crazy. So he would be sitting on a pillow. Yep. On a pillow, like a prince. It was so cute. She'd have 5 different dishes of food out on the bed for him because he was so finicky. He did not like that anymore.
Well, he's still got a little finicky in him.
No, but, He's
a man's dog now, though.
Yes, he is.
This is no longer this little...
And he's actually starting to get your personality.
Is he?
Yes, he is. Just like Yippee did. I think our pets do get our personalities. All right, so who's ready to get stuff? Want to give stuff away? How about it?
I think Dwight needs to be the person to select winners, though.
All right, we're about to... Oh, yes, that's right. Let me show these. I just want to remind you that if you... I think it's... right now, until we get... our auction site goes up next week on Facebook. It's called the Debbie Reynolds Studio Store. Right? Is that the name of the website that you had? Because we named it after that.
Yes.
Debbie's website when she was here was called the Debbie Reynolds Studio Store. And so she had a lot of different things on there because she wanted people to also be able to own a piece of Hollywood history or things that she had and that we didn't put in the auction. So there it goes.
You know,
Next week we'll have that.
people loved, you know, what she was doing, and obviously not everybody's can afford to buy the same stuff that she buys, and there's different levels of collecting, but she was always a big proponent of allowing people to share this passion with her, which is why she, when finally decided to auction off even the big stuff, she, you know, essentially charged me to whatever I was willing to part with, to share it with her fans and to discharge some of that passion to others.
Are we going to put that site back up, or is it we're just going to do this on the Facebook page?
We can. I mean,
I think the Facebook page is nice, and here's why: because we can build a community there as well. There's so many people that really enjoy, like, Turner Classic Movies and old Hollywood. A lot of people keep Turner Classic Movies like we do on in the background. And so sometimes we don't know what's playing, and we look up and go, "Ah, look what's on tonight!" And we watch it all the time.
Occasionally, you know, something will actually come on Turner that even I haven't seen, and I have seen a lot of movies. But there's a bunch of Cliff Robertson movies on right now, and a couple of them I'd never seen. So that's what's so great about Turner is they somehow keep unearthing these films, some of which are really quite good.
Yeah, and I of course love when they do. Sometimes they do all the campy, you know.
Well, they did
films.
Citizen Kane today.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about my great campy films that I love so much, like anything Betty Davis and Joan Crawford did together.
Oh, so you want the killing film?
Well, no. I mean, Berserk with Joan Crawford. When I was a kid, you have to understand.
Didn't you like
that? I was just a little girl when those were on, and I watched them.
What's the one with Joan Crawford and Betty where she kills
Hush,
her?
Hush, Sweet
Hush,
Charlotte.
Hush, Sweet Charlotte. So we had the dress from Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte with the blood on it.
Still?
No, we sold that at the auction.
Oh, I remember that.
That was a great piece. Dwight's had enough.
Yeah. So on that site, you will be able to get the Star Wars envelopes that have.
Well, we're going to put other things up there.
I'll tell you. We're going to put a lot of things there, but if you want to have a set of these now, you can write Ryan at Cat and Todd Live at gmail.com. That is, and so we have the 17 Star Wars set with it's just beautiful. Carrie, the cast. We have
X-wing.
X-wing. You call it off because I can't
Yoda
see.
Doder.
Yoda.
That's the first. That's a C-type poster from the first Star Wars. Vader, Stormtrooper. I forgot his name. Whatever, Buttigieg or something.
Okay.
C-3PO.
Aw.
That's another spaceship. There's Vader again. That's I forgot that guy's name from the later films.
Wait, looks like
Obi-Wan. Use the Force, Luke.
I love that.
And that's another the Leia the Leia Part 2.
Okay.
And that's Skywalker, and then Chewbacca, and the bad Yoda, and then Princess Leia back to the front.
So all 17, though, you can have them framed and matted and put in a beautiful black frame. That would make an incredible
when you show
Christmas
them, you
present.
should actually bring some of the ones that we have matted.
Yeah, I will. But anyway, if you're interested in have a set of those, go ahead and write Ryan at catandtoddlive@gmail.com. And so let's give stuff away. This is my favorite part. My favorite.
Always.
Ready? So we have trivia tonight. Ryan's favorite childhood shows.
Oh, is it video?
Yes, I need some button pushing
There's
here.
a video?
Yeah, and we'll go ahead and put it up on the Apple TV. I think. Are you trying to get my attention? Oh.
Now, speaking of Apple TV,
After the fourth trivia question, the auction will close. By the time the end of the fourth auction item, giveaway, the auction will close. Okay, here we go.
speaking of trivia,
Yes.
LasVegas.net just increased our speed here as a sponsor of the
Okay.
show. So I give them a little plug because it
Of
was very
course.
nice of them to do that because obviously over the last few months we've had different stability
We
problems.
still are in my office.
Well, then
but it's not the speed, it's the computers.
Probably, 'cause
So
there's-
we are so grateful because when they gave us a better speed for the show, it makes it so much
Well,
better.
here's the thing that's unique. Where we live, there is cables coming down our street, but the speed is about 10% of what they were able to deliver to us wirelessly. And their claim to fame is they can deliver wireless speed anywhere in Las Vegas that rivals even cable. So anyway, it's a good thing, and we're appreciative of them providing us with that so that our pictures don't drop out and our sound doesn't drop out and all of that.
Philip Bamberger wants to know if we are going to have any Oz stills from the Wizard of Oz.
We do have stuff in the collection. In fact, in that video we just ran, you saw that we had the Judy Garland behind the scenes, we'll call them production stills of her doing screen tests.
Yes.
So we do have some of that stuff. And we'll get to it eventually. You just have to stick with us. I mean, here's the way this works. I go to the office and
it's a warehouse.
Yeah, so
it's an office, but behind it is the warehouse.
There's like rows of filing cabinets, and I'll go and just open up a drawer and I'll grab a handful of things and I'll say, oh wow, I have 2 of these, or whatever, and then I'll come running back with some stuff because they keep saying to me, do you have something for this week? And I'm like, oh wow, sorry, we're running out of stuff. So I keep finding different little things that I think you might find interesting. So it's good for you to tell us what you like. We do have a lot of stuff from DR Studios. These are lobby cards and half sheet and insert posters. And some of them are campy posters and, science fiction and or horror film. And so we have some really cool, and they're not super famous necessarily, because if they were, it could cost a fortune. So these are going to be very affordable things that I would like to see maybe put up on the website you're talking about.
Right.
The stuff off the walls.
Well, let's do this. Let's do some trivia. I love this. Look at the design on here. It just made me laugh because, I just...
Now, I don't see the trivia on the computer, so it's just these questions?
No, we have video trivia, baby. I love anything that has a scene in it.
I don't see anything
or music
here.
in it.
I see video Rex Sykes. I see the show opener. Those are the only videos we have here. Let me take the chip is still here, so I'll double check. No, I'll just double check real quick here. So October 24th. Yeah. So let me go on. It says here video. It didn't make it on here. So it didn't make it here.
All right. So that'll just take you how long?
Not long. 2
seconds. Are we ever going to be able to fill that time?
I just can't imagine.
You know what I would like to do
I've
is
run
just
out of
say
things
hi
to talk about.
Gillian Gray, Cary Grant stuff? Question mark. Late
So
test,
here-
Katharine Hepburn stuff.
so
I
here-
just sold my
So
Katharine Hepburn.
here's what we
autograph.
had. We had Grace Kelly and Cary Grant from To Catch a Thief. Mm-hmm. With that little knitted sweater that she is, little pink,
That was in the
coral colored.
auction.
Yeah, and his suit, spectacular.
Ferruccio wants to know if you still have any costumes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Like, so the reason why we don't put things like that up here is because of the cost. And I'm,
Yes, of course.
like if you put up a Bob Mackie outfit, obviously, it's thousands of dollars. So, Ferruccio, you bought so much stuff that I'd be happy to talk to you separately if you're trying to get like a Debbie show costume or a movie costume.
I'm thinking he might be asking about any costumes, including Debbie, of
Well,
course.
obviously, like right now, if you go to camera 1, John, we have, go to 1.
We still have,
So you
if
see-
I'm not mistaken, is a collection of, I saw them all up in the warehouse. They were put away so beautifully and everything is cataloged. Donald really did a good job with that. shoes of famous people.
Right, a lot of those are signed as well.
Yes.
No, we do. We have famous shoes, dancers in particular.
Yes.
Some of them signed. This is people like Ginger Rogers, Ann Miller, that sort of thing.
Yes.
But we are, we do still have a lot of other costumes in general. I still have Frank Sinatra and Ann Miller and Fred Astaire and, you know, various. But I'm really focused more like on Debbie stuff. I mean, that's what I have the most of.
Samantha Popson is asking anything about Natalie Wood.
I never.
Isn't that weird? We watched a Natalie Wood movie today.
So we had a Natalie Wood in the museum back in the day, but it was sold in the big auction. We didn't keep it. But yeah, we had, so it was extensive. I don't know that we really didn't have somebody. Probably any star you could name, we would have had many of. Like, for example, we would have Humphrey Bogart, John Wayne, you know, Clark Gable, Gary Cooper, on and on and on. And on the girl side, you know, you got Betty Davis, Katharine Hepburn, Marilyn Monroe, you know, Joan Crawford, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, literally, I mean, we had stuff from Sunset Boulevard. I mean, you know, it's like, it was just endless. And some of the stuff, you know, is super important.
Yes.
You know, to the quote unquote history of film and to our country's legacy in film.
Well, the thing about Natalie Wood, of course, is it's just so tragic. And do you realize she was only in her 40s when she died?
There was a Natalie Wood movie on today, in fact. It was the
movie they were making when she died.
That's right. It's the Brain, what was it called? It was
Brainstorm, was
Brainstorm, I believe. Yeah, so, okay. So
here it comes.
Anyway, that movie's a very trippy movie. Doug Trumbull did the effects. The sets are unbelievable. It's a pretty impressive film. And she, of course, is, that's her last movie, right? And Chris, there's, you know, you could sit there in
Did
romantically.
they have any chemistry?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think they hated each other. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Really? Oh, no. Why would you think that?
No, I don't mean it for real.
Yeah. Oh, you mean in the movie?
Yeah, I mean, they were supposedly fighting as a couple.
Right.
And it's an interesting thing. There it is, trivia.
Okay, so Seth Robichaux is gifting his win tonight to Rolla Bedford. Okay, I'm just saying that. I didn't know if he wrote me a private message, so I just saw that. Okay, great. That is so awesome, Seth, and we will send that to her. Thank you so much for doing that. When you get something or you already have it and you know you can gift it to someone else and it means so much. Okay, we're going to start the trivia. Giving away prizes. Here we go. What is the show from that clip? Name the show that was from. I did too. That was one of my favorite shows. I wanted to be her.
I've seen you jump around like that.
Well, not lately. You haven't, but you know okay. So I have it, and so we're going to have some. I'm waiting for Diana and Ryan. Yeah, Diana and Ryan have to. Serena Ryan is who I have as well. Serena Ryan, you are the winner.
Bust out the
of
package.
Number 1. Serena, if you have it, let me know. We will work it out later. You have won my book. John is back. We have
with his bag of applause.
His bag of applause. John, welcome back.
Applause, applause. We like applause. Striking us, the audience is liking us. Our work demands. We don't sit on our hands.
Oh my God.
Etc.
You're so cute. This is my book. I hope you enjoy it. Cat and Fern's Excellent God Adventure, Daily Inspirations for 365 Days of Heaven on Earth. Debbie wrote the back for the book. The book is very easy to read because it's only a chapter a day. When you get it, Serena, you go to the page of the day that you'll be starting it. But when you get it, also first read the introduction to the book so you understand why I wrote the book. It's absolutely amazing. Fern was an incredible woman. She just passed away at 102 or 3. Just about a year ago or so, and she was the she takes some days and I take the others. She actually got the word from God every morning, and she would write it down. And then when computers came out, she started writing it on her computer. I think it's an interesting book because every day will speak to you and go, oh my gosh, I feel like this was written just for me. So this is my book. That is your prize, Cat and Fern's Excellent God Adventure for Serena Ryan. Let us go to clip number 2. That's your job.
I'm ready.
I'm more than
John,
ready.
here we go.
I think you're gonna fit right in.
Definitely. Oh, Bosley. What she actually said was, Bosley's a teddy bear.
All right, so let me get in here. Serena already has the book, so Serena,
Did she have my book?
I don't know, but Serena, if you would like to donate that book to somebody who would really like or needs it.
Why don't you just replace it with something
Well,
else?
I will
How about
replace it,
No,
but
I mean,
I'm
we could
going
give
to
her
tell her that she can donate that because somebody out there might need or want the book and they can't get the book. So you find someone and let me know, and I'm waiting. Wait, okay, I got it on. Oh my! Yes, I know who it is. Do you know who it is?
Seth Robichaux.
No, female.
Kathy Gans.
Yeah, that's what I got. Huh? Jennifer Gans. I saw
Okay.
Gans there. All right, Kathy Gans's daughter. All right. Let's see. Bum 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 bum.
Number 2.
Oh, I wonder if she won this last night. Or yeah, I gave. Jennifer, do you have this necklace and earrings? That's what I wore this last night on my show. Jennifer, do you have this? Let me know. You are the winner, Jennifer Gans. And I know, Madia says, Ryan, you are doing amazing with the trivia. Ryan is very inventful. Jennifer Gans, this is what you have won. It is a necklace with a pair of matching earrings. I love this. I wear it all the time. I have one too. If you have it already, let me know. And also, if anybody really wants or needs my book, please let Serena Ryan know because it's a very good book. It gets you through days, and I really put a lot of work into it. So if someone needs it, go ahead and. No, I don't. She doesn't have that. So there you go, Jennifer Gans. That is your necklace. Serena
Okay, here
Ryan
comes the next
will
trivia.
give you something else, and make sure you give my book to someone here so I can send it to them. Next trivia, number 3. I bet you didn't know that one, did you?
I do. I remember that.
Really?
Guy. I remember him.
He looked just like a young Robert Redford back then.
I don't know about that.
Yes, he did. Identical. Incredible. I'll bet he aged really well.
I don't think Robert Redford had that kinky hair like that.
No, it's the face. He's a beautiful boy. All right. Okay, I haven't seen it yet. I'm so far, let's see. Here we go. Yes. I think I know who it is. Wow. Is it Kathy? Kathy Gans. Her daughter won the last one. And Kathy Gans got this. Number 3, Kathy Gans. Hold on, let me see what it is. Yeah, no, we have to change this because I think she already has this. Yeah. Okay. So we'll change it.
Just swap it.
I'm going to swap it. Okay. To go to 4. Okay. So, Kathy Gans, this is what you have won. And it is a beautiful, beautiful necklace. I'm going to let you decide that, but this is what you have won. And I want to thank you for being an absolutely incredible mind. You should go into the mind reading business, but that was a pretty easy win. I mean, that show.
Do you want to tell us the answer?
The answer? Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. What was the? The greatest American hero. There you go. Very good. Welcome and thank you, Kathy Gans. All right, here we go. Next clip, please.
Maybe we should have called first.
Well, I had the music pretty loud. I probably wouldn't have heard the phone.
Yeah. Okay, we just want to say that the auction is closing in after this answer. So we have a few seconds left. Where are we here? Waiting for confirmation? Laura Knisny, I know the answer to that. I know the answer to that trivia question. Oh, you already answered it, but I did know the answer. Okay, so the winner.
Those are your 3 bundles. Oh, wait. So what's the answer?
Wait, huh? Helen Barrett? Helen Barrett, you are the winner.
And the answer was?
Alf. It was from the 80s.
I must have missed that
Yes,
show.
Helen Barrett. Here.
Yeah, do the number 3.
Over here.
Yeah.
Got it. Helen Barrett, you have won. Okay, Barb Kevern. Thank you, Barb. Barb Kevern is a big friend of the show, and she's very generous. And there's 2 things in here, but this is from Barb Kevern, and it is my flash drive, which holds my Broadway CD on it, but it also has 3 hypnosis programs that you can do at home. If you have trouble sleeping, anxiety, or anything like that, this is really great. It's a lose weight, one for stop smoking, but my favorite is spiritual reconnection through prayer. It is excellent, Helen, and if you have problems with any of those things, you will sleep. Uh-oh, what are you doing? What did you just plug that in? Oh, Helen, you also get a rich lip gloss from catcosmetics.com. This is our biggest selling lip gloss of 19 years. It looks good on everyone. It is absolutely beautiful. So that is for you, Helen Barrett. Now remember, we don't want to get kicked off.
Well, isn't this your song?
Well, they're all my songs. It's my CD. So if you did, let's see. You have Miss Saigon on there.
It was a song. And the song was exciting.
That's on there. They're all my favorite.
There was a time.
Congratulations, Helen. Don't get us put in Facebook jail. Don't do it.
It's you singing. It's like it would be hard for them to track this.
No, that's from Les Mis, probably one of the most famous.
No, I understand that.
It's like, no, don't play it.
All right, so we'll do this one then.
Okay, what is it?
I've Been Here Before?
No,
or
not
Send in
that
the Clowns.
one.
Send in the Clowns is good.
Sun and Moon is really good. One of my favorites. Let us move on. Send in the Clowns also.
Turn up the stage.
Oh, auction is closed.
Me here at last on the ground, you in midair.
I think that's worth. I just think it's nice for people to hear this. I mean, I don't think everybody's heard some of these things. What was the other one you wanted?
Oh no, I don't want any more.
You're starting to talk like Debbie.
I know.
We'd like to hear you.
That's love changes everything.
See, look. Yes, exactly.
Oh, Helen, you're welcome. I can't wait
changes everything.
Oh, a duet.
Hands and faces,
oh, yes, I have two of my favorite
earth and sky.
Turn it up a little bit, John. I mean, just the stage or the house.
Love changes everything. How you live
no, you're not, you're not
and how you die.
I hear you.
Love can make the summer fly, or a night seem like a lifetime. Yes, love.
And this is analog.
Love changes everything.
You know, back then you
now I tremble at your name. Nothing in the world will ever.
Craig Rabano, who's singing with me, what a voice. He. Oh my God, his voice is magnificent.
My point is
yes.
that a lot of the people would like to hear you, do stuff like that.
Well, I just, embarrassed.
You shouldn't be.
All
Look
right.
at all the hearts that came up. I couldn't even see the screen.
No, I know. There's a. Thank you, Debbie Star Jackson. I appreciate
See?
that. Hello.
You understand.
Aww.
She doesn't get it. My mother pulled the same sort of stuff.
Well, you just don't want to feel like it's all about you. So
First of all, when I feel like putting up something that you've done, you don't, that's me doing it. It's not you. I'm doing it because I think it's great.
Well,
and
thank you.
And I'm not, it's not about you. My mother used to pull this shit with me all the time. She'd be like, oh, too much Debbie stuff. And like, people love you. They want to hear from you. They want to see you. And it's the same rules apply to you. Right, everybody?
You're so silly. Okay, do we have any more trivia questions? More?
No.
Oh,
no. Now you're doing.
Are you sure? I asked Ryan to put
Why
more
don't you?
on there.
Did you end your auctions?
Are you sure? Yeah, the auctions are ended. We'll announce that at the end of the show. That means we're going to numbers, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to numbers. I chose a number tonight. I chose actually 2 numbers tonight. So what I want you to do right now is just guess what's in my mind. I will tell you now it's a 2-digit number. It is between 15 and 25. Between 15 and 25, I'm thinking of a 2-digit number I chose before the show. So I know it. Diane Vasquez knows it. Dora Elena Fernandez knows it. And Ryan knows it. So if you get it tonight, you will be winning. You will be a winner of a prize. Oh, Philip, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. I'm not embarrassed because I don't think that my voice is good. It's just I don't like to promote myself unless I'm doing something like a show. It's just the way I feel. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I have. I have seen it. Have you seen it yet? 15 and 25.
He's a fool, and don't I know it? But a fool can have his charms. I'm in love, and don't I show it?
I have it.
Like a baby
I have it.
arms.
Okay. All right. Todd is.
I'm just amusing myself while you were waiting for the numbers.
Okay. I've got it. Let me know when you see it.
But this half-pint imitation.
So we're waiting. Oh, thank you for the hearts, everybody.
The bliss.
That's right.
I'm wild again.
Huh?
Beguiled again.
Okay. Is one of them named?
Whimpering child again.
Okay, so I've got one.
Bewitched.
Patty Hughes.
And bewildered.
You got Patty Hughes? Okay. Patty Hughes, you are the winner, or the winner.
Of what?
Well, she guessed number 18.
And what does she win?
What does she win? Where am I? Thank you for playing that. Isn't that a pretty song? I love that
Great
song.
song.
Bewitched.
I think that even works.
Patty Hughes, you are the winner of a catcosmetics.com gift certificate from us. So you have a gift certificate for $25 to catcosmetics.com, and we will be sending that to you. Congratulations, Patty. All right, here we go. We're moving on to the last one. Are you guys ready? All right. Oh, this is interesting.
Joined
This
by
is one of my favorite musicals of all times, by the way. And I would give anything to have been able to take you to see this musical, because this is the musical I think that made me. This is the
Miss Saigon, right?
Yes, I auditioned, wanted to audition for this. I actually thought that I was auditioning for this.
And you got the other.
So anyway, so I'm
like
thinking
a
of
mystery.
two digits. Between 75 and 85, it's 2 digits. 2 digits, all right? Between 75 and 85.
Did we come
Miss Saigon.
outside, day started. starts to dawn.
Your moon still floats on high.
Oh, this is the pretty part.
The stars shine too.
My hands still shake.
I reach for you, and we meet in the sky.
Isn't that beautiful?
It is. Thank you. I love that song. It was always one of my favorites. I have it. That's not the
Okay.
first one I got. Is this 6? Oh, Debbie Strang Jackson and Debbie Strang Johnson. No, Debbie Strang. We have a lot of Debbies with 3 names. Debbie Strang. Debbie Strang, you are the winner of, and the number was 81. And you have won Angel Heart. It's a necklace that actually I wear all the time. This is the short version of it, but when you untie it, it actually is really a long necklace, and it's really a beautiful necklace. A beautiful necklace. If you don't already have it, great. If you do, Debbie Strang, just let me know. All right, we are going to announce the winners of the auctions tonight.
Well, there are the 3 items up there, so why
Okay,
don't
so you have the 3 items up there.
so you can just point at which one and what happened.
Right, and if you all like that music, that is on my flash drive that we have. So, thank you very much. Auction winners, the Debbie bundle. It is Frank Ferruccio is the winner of that, and I am not surprised because I noticed Frank when every night that we've been doing the show, this has been there.
He keeps asking.
Yeah, and he would say, "Look at that piece, look at that." You know, and I would see it in the comments. And I'm thinking, I didn't even know we were.
That is a classic, Debbie.
It is classic, Debbie.
But you know, Frank, at this point,
congratulations, Frank.
and I want to
Ferruccio.
see. I think it's time. You know, we'll have a private conversation, Frank. We'll have to get him into some kind of a stage costume. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you've got, at this point, probably the 2nd largest Debbie collection to me.
Right. So I think that when things settle down, that Ferruccio and Philip Bamberger should come, and because they both are such. Philip has a nice little collection of Wizard of Oz things that he got at the profiles from the very first
Early
auction.
days.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so who got Monroe?
Okay, so Latest Styles.
Got
you
Monroe?
won Marilyn Monroe. Latest Styles is the winner of the Marilyn Monroe auction. And I think you're going to really love these photos. They are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And the Elizabeth Taylor James Dean collection of photographs from
Giant.
Frank Worth Collections is Samantha Popson. Samantha Popson, you have won the James Dean Elizabeth Taylor collection. And I think you're going to be super happy with it too, because these are pictures that you don't just see anywhere. I mean, I've never. They're really moments in time, and both of these collections of pictures, because Frank Worth was the photographer on the set.
But more importantly,
there are moments.
There are. Well, I mean, obviously,
they're not posed.
No, so they're just capturing things that were happening. But I think what's important about them also, though, is they're just not cheesy, typical digital prints.
No, they're art.
This is a time when you had real photographers, real photography, real prints made out of real paper. Photographic paper.
And actually, if you wanted to get a picture like this. This would be something, if you ever see something, and when you see something on the internet and it says Getty on it, and it's like a watermark that says Getty. Well, I see a lot of pictures of myself that are at the Getty, and I've seen a lot of pictures of you at Getty. All the celebrities out there on Getty Images. There's a few I really wanted because I'm writing my autobiography right now, so I didn't save things, and there's paparazzi type moments, nothing posed for, just an interesting moment. They are a fortune. They cost a fortune.
And that's for limited use too.
And
for publishing, it's even more.
for publishing, it's even more. So I see a picture of myself and I want to buy it because it's going to be a great picture in my book, and I'm like, I can't. It is so crazy expensive. So those are the kind of photographs that you're getting tonight, actually.
Well, and didn't I believe I sent?
I mean, like,
I
really,
sent,
if
I
that
sent
was
one of these. Didn't I send the same? I sent Frank the Jane Mansfield from this collection, didn't I?
I don't.
I did. So Frank Ferruccio got a single. I only had one of her.
If you're going to say Ferruccio,
Ferruccio.
you have to do it right.
You got to roll the R's.
You got
Frank Ferruccio, the Italian Jew.
Yes.
I know.
And Philip Bamberger, it's good to have you. And oh my gosh, everybody. Debbie Starr Jackson, Lisa Ottinger, Shirley Tate, hello. Laura Kinisme, I did know the answer to that trivia question. I have a mind that is just full of useless information, but I'm really good at trivia. Yes, Philip says, Ferruccio, we're going to Vegas. I will look forward to that. I will look forward to meeting each and every one of you, no matter where it is when this is over. All I can say is I'll know you when I see you. You can ask Kate Kelly, because the first time I met her backstage, I was like, Kate! And she said, how do you know who I am? And it's because I see your little face and I have that photographic memory. So I look forward to seeing everybody. So on the way out of tonight's show, so you can all take time to say goodnight to each other as you always do, our little family here, what are we going to play for
Well,
everybody?
I have the Debbie slideshow that we ran a few nights ago.
Yeah, no, well, we have something new. Let's put something fun up. Charlie, I'm giving Charlie, our turkey, a bath tomorrow. So I know he's probably has no idea this is coming. He's sitting in his perch in there.
Are you saying you want the video of the...
Well, we'll just show them something while they say goodnight. And since we don't have anything prepared.
No, I have stuff.
You have stuff?
I have stuff on the hard drive here that I can bring up.
Well, it's your computer, baby, so as long as they have time to say goodnight to each other. And what a great way to spend a Saturday night. By the way, Brenda and Chris McFamily rented a theater tonight. They live in Las Vegas, about 20 minutes away from here, and they rented a theater tonight so they could have a little, 25 friends or something, and of course it's a movie theater. They're playing Star Wars.
Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, and they're all in different parts of the theater with their masks on, so it's socially distanced, but what a fun thing, to
All right,
do.
so you want to go off with, we will go off with this, the Memorial Carrie Debbie slideshow.
Okay, we'll do that. That's
it's
right.
a combo, and,
we'll play
and
that.
we can do, if you want, do you want to just do the usual, are we doing Slippers Out?
We'll do Slippers Out. Everybody gets to say goodnight, and we'll play the slideshow from the memorial. And can't wait to see everybody, which we will next week, as always. I'll put a schedule up. Also, remember, catcosmetics.com is having a sale right now, and we have 7 new products, so come check us out. And here we go. There's no place like home. There you go. And we'll start the slideshow. Say goodnight to each other and love on each other for the next few minutes. And thanks so much for spending Saturday night with us. There's no place we'd rather be than with you.
It's morning.
Yes, and what a lovely morning. Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. When the band began to play, the stars were shining bright. Now the milkman's on his way. It's too late to say goodnight. So good morning. Good morning. Sunbeams will soon smile through. Good morning. Good morning
to you and you and you and you. Good morning. Good morning. We danced the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm laughing at clouds so dark up above, singing, singing in the rain.
You made me love you. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. You made me want you. And all the time you knew it. I guess you always knew it. Give me what I cry for. You know you got the brand of kisses that I'd die for. You know you made me love you.
And all the time you knew it.
Louis, listen to that music. Doesn't that take you back?
Man, that takes me back to my good old hometown there, man.
New Orleans, L.A.
Yes, sir. That's where that stuff started.
Well, how'd they ever get started, Louis?
Well, you take cats like Buddy Bolin, Joe Oliver, Bunk Johnson, Freddie Kemper, Manny Perez, you know, the old man Moret with that brass band. And they used to swing around that funky bone. Hey, man, and you talking about riffs, and you talking about the big oh, they took and bring the breeze out from the trees, singing sweet our melodies, and play me that gold. I love voice of the blues. That's right, man. Something in there.
And from a jail came a well of a downhearted friend, and they played that as part of the blues.
Sing it, Daddy, sing it.
From a whippoorwill high on a hill, they took a new note just that small, do you solemnly swear?
Mr. Fisher, I love the band.
And the Southman gave birth to the blues.
So we found this goose on the side of the road, and he was pretty much near death because he was only about a week old, and he really was just lethargic because there was no water around him. So we scooped him up, brought him home, and hand fed him, and that was only a week ago. Now he's twice as big. But I'm going to want to document everything because we're going to have a Name the Goose contest on Facebook and Twitter, because he needs a name. And then you can watch him grow up, and you can watch him be freed into captivity. I thought it was a duck when I found it, but Todd said he's a goose. It's hot here.
Okay, we'll put him right here.
So we're going to let him have his first swim now in our swimming pool. Oh, look, he floats.
Of course.
I didn't know when he floated.
Come here, floater.
Oh my God, come on, drink that water. It's salt water.
He's looking under the water. Come
Oh,
on
he's
here.
looking for food.
Come here.
Which is amazing, really, because that's a nature thing.
Come on, let's go swimming. Time to go swimming. I want to jump away.
Todd is...
He's under the water. Looking for
He's
goodies.
looking for fish. Look at that.
Immediately he starts digging down, looking for what it's the instinct is to find roots and stuff in the pond.
And we just want to make it clear that this is not a chlorine pool. This is not a chlorine pool. It's actually a saltwater pool.
There
so.
he goes. Come here.
Oh, look.
Come on. Oh, it is. There he goes. Look, he cruises.
Oh, look how happy he is.
Look, he's like stroking around.
Oh,
Look.
my God, he's so cute.
He was ready. I told you. Yeah.
He dove. He went diving.
He went like a foot down.
He did. I was almost watching.
One more time. Come on. Jump.
Oh my God, that is so cute.
He's enjoying.
Oh, this is great. I want to get in there. It's so beautiful. Does he seem to mind the temperature?
Why would he? It's freaking crazy warm.
83? He's following you. Oh my God, he's using you as a raft. Go see what he thinks about the shark. What's going on over here? Huh? What's going on over here? Come here. Oh, you're so cute. Look at him. He's so... Oh, he just went to the bathroom.
That's all right. We can handle it. That's why we have the big pool filters.
Okay. Me at night and keep him in the sun because he's preening me.
Stay in that direction so you can get up underneath the lighting.
If you came to the shadow, I will see more.
Yeah.
Now I'll be alright.
There you go.
Okay, baby, how you doing?
It's a good time, wasn't it? Your first swim.
Let's see it done.
Did you go for your first swim? Thank you.
You want me to put on the overhead thing again?
Did you like it? Here it comes. Woo! I think it scares him a little. It's the magic waters. there's no splashing water.
Get a wide shot of the Yeah. Can I go with the splashing water side?
I'm gonna go with the splashing water. Oh, Daddy scared him. Good boy?
Yeah, man, we're under the cave. We're in the cave. Yeah, man. See all warm that is coming up on there? Look, now you found the here's the area where we can eat. You can look for goodies in there.
Oh, give him wings. Look at their just little teeny things right now.
Isn't it amazing that those wings are going to be 5 feet in diameter? That bird's going to have 5 foot wings. That's pretty impressive.
It's hard to believe. Oh, get off that. It's too hot. Come here. Get back over here. Too hot. Hot. Come here.
There's a little
He's doing the goodie thing.
He thinks there's little bugs in there?
No, he's got the sand and the cracks, the dirt. Going in there.
Yep.
He's filtering.
And nobody teaches him that. That's just
Ain't no really. There's not any really good goodies. You need a little water to do it. It's make the goodie thing work. See how it comes out of the corner of his mouth back there?
Yeah.
He filters it. He's screening it. Very good. But then he wants to eat it. He puts the corn there.
I don't want to eat that. Because it's a stick. You can eat sticks?
Just comes right out in the poop with the grass.